Hello, welcome back. We are playing Mono Red in Standard. We are facing off against our Sultai foe today, and assuming he's going to play first here, we'll get the ball rolling. As I was saying in the first part of the match, it's interesting to think about what Battle for Zendikar Standard is going to look like, how the, wow, that's a good hand. Except Searing Blood. Probably should have taken a second to get those out of here, but opponent may be still playing, actually he's playing the colors for Jace and Nissa, so we may have targets. Anyway, as I was saying, the mana bases in Battle for Zendikar are going to be nuts bonkers. You've probably seen the theoretical mana bases out there for like a Jund mid-range deck splashing white with like one of each off color, so like a white green and a white red battle land or tango land, what have you, and then just like basics and fetches, like 16 fetches. It's crazy, man, but like the mana bases are going to be very accommodating. So like the aggro deck, for instance, which is something I've spent some time thinking about, believe it or not, is what the aggro deck in the new standard is going to look like. It's going to be 4 colors. I'm not even joking. You're going to like run Crackling Doom in your Naya Landfall aggro deck and love it. At least I am. So as far as new standard predictions go, that's a definite, well, that's just a fact. Okay, the reason we played Abbott there is because we very well could / should have held up Searing Blood for the upcoming turn. However, we can also now untap Searing Blood, a potential Planeswalker, get Prowess Trigger. Well, we'll see if we get punished. Not saying it was a considered tight play, but it wasn't the worst thing that could have happened. It is. Yeah, people are already playing some interesting cards, doing some good ramping, like this guy. Now that we've seen a couple of the cards in his deck, it's clearly what he's up to. Some kind of proto. Oops. Alright, so since we didn't have a Searing Blood target, I just saw the Firecraft and got excited. But we probably will Firecraft here. It just would have been better to play Abbott, try and hit a land drop, get value. But that's the good thing about Abbott. Not that he forgives loose play, but that he's good as a early, mid, and late game card. In the late game, we're going to need a little card advantage because our opponent is, ahead on the mana curve. So he's going to start deploying threats here. Glad we held the Abbott now. And playing Pilgrimage and Animus Awakening maybe should have been a indicator that he was on a control plan there. Again, saw the 4-cost spell, got excited. I'm not going to say it's difficult to play correctly. But there's a reason. Yeah, well, actually I am. Magic's difficult. Especially when you are enjoying the sound of your own voice, as I so clearly do in these videos. At any rate. Yeah, there's that land. The good news here is that we rarely need more than 4, so exiling this has a positive effect in that we are thinning the deck of lands and are more likely to draw our game-winning spells. our Sultai Control Opponent is still 2 mana off of Ugin. Ugin's 8, right? I don't know. He could be running any number of things. This is the kind of deck that is definitely going to be running Ob Nixilis in the new format. But right now he's Digging Through Time. Dig Through Time's another card that I think is going to get super sweet. There's going to be a viable control archetype. I'm not sure what it's going to be. People have said Grixis with white. Or Grixis with green, actually. That seems good. Going back to the ease of construction of 4-color mana bases, you can just be like, well, Grixis Control with Gideon. Or this is Grixis Control. This might be a Demonic Pact deck, which is pretty sweet. We'll see. Oh, he doesn't have to reveal what he gets. That's unfortunate. Just because I'm curious. I really hope he didn't just Demonic Pact for an ultimate price. That would be pretty sad. Wow. Alright. Do we run a creature out? You can untap, have 7 mana. I think we're just gonna run them down while we can. Stoke, untap, stoke, you know, attack with Swift Spear. Or play a land on one of those two, or either the next turn or the turn after, and, you know, dash a Zergo, or somehow dash our Heel Cutter. Anyway, we have them very close to dead, is the important salient point here. I'm not too concerned about him going over the top now, because what we really don't want is for him to gain a bunch of life off of Feed the Clans or something, you know, point being. Although it's Abzan Control that's more likely to start playing, you know, Erishan Clerics out of the board and having more than one Courser on board at a time, which can really get in the way of our game plan. Another Stoke there is a just superfluously good draw. I'm just gonna, well, we are playing this one into Dissolve mana, which shockingly did not happen. Alright, so we're on the untap, stoke, kill you plan, especially since now he's obligated to make some kind of move to establish some kind of board presence, Planeswalker, I almost said Siege Rhino, but you know, something like that. He needs to do something that's going to warp the game right now. He's tapping all his mana. That's good. He's not going to gain any life off this, so he's in fact still dead. What'd he get? Flamewake Phoenix, Eidolon, Wild Slash, and a Rogue's Passage. Non-land cards. So he's just going to cast Eidolon, Flamewake, and 2 Wild Slashes. That does seem good. Like, if I weren't at 20, I would be worried. But as it stands, I have 6 damage to give, and so I'm not worried. Villainous Wealth. I must say, I've never had this card. No, that's not true. I have had this card played on me in Standard. Oh, and he even stacked all these triggers, right? It would have been great if he had been like, Eidolon on the battlefield, cast your other spells, I'm dead. But that didn't happen. He did tap out for Villainous Wealth. I don't know. if I can recommend that. Wow. Alrighty. Everything came up Millhouse. We beat Sultai Control. We got Villainous Wealth in the process, which is, totally sweet. Man, it's the Wild West out here. I'm going to miss the standard format. Most definitely. However, I predict that the new one's going to be fun. And, 4-color control is going to fight 4-color aggro. And everybody's going to have a blast with their fetchable duels, including myself. So that's something to look forward to. We've got this one in the bag. I don't know if opponent is, conceding now. At any rate, thank you guys for watching. And as always, have fun, do well. We'll catch you next time.